Hey guys, it's Rebecca. In today's video, since I have to be somewhere between like 5:30 and 6, I figured I'd go ahead and do a get ready with me like now. I'm not going to be doing face product because I am going to be on the motorcycle, and I'm going to be trying to match the colors of the shirt that I'm wearing for the look. So instead of like digging out like clean brushes, I'm going to be taking brushes that I've been using lately to do like multiple looks one palette, and I will be color switching them really quick to make sure they're clean, and then I'll just grab brushes out of here and use it to create a look or two. I haven't been posting every day on YouTube like I usually do because I've had a lot of stuff going on. It's not that I don't have like stuff filmed, I do. I just finished editing today a 6 looks 1 palette. I just finished filming today another 6 looks 1 palette with a whole different palette. I've got a bunch of like Chatty videos that I've recorded that need to be edited. I've got a beauty community tag video that I've recorded that has to be edited. So I've got a lot of videos that are ready to edit or already, hey Casey, or are already edited. Like I've got 2 or 3 more uploaded on my channel that I could publish. I just haven't been. One is because I've been super busy, and 2 is even when I've been posting videos lately, nobody's watching them. Like I'm used to getting like 20 to 50 views a video, and lately I've been getting like 15 maximum. So I was like, okay, maybe people are burnt out. Maybe people aren't interested in watching me. I don't know what's going on in their lives, but I know in my life I've been super busy. So I haven't been watching a whole lot of YouTube myself. So I figured, okay, I would back off from uploading every day and just catch up with my life and things that I needed to get done. So that's what's going on. I'm doing an eye look. I will do my brows, and I need to grab my mascara. Stop. I touched something and music played. So we're going to be trying to recreate the hot pink, the green, and the orange out of this shirt, and I'll get into why I'm wearing this shirt. So I have the Alter Ego Aurora palette that has hot pink, it's got orange, it's got this orange, it's got some like hot pink shimmer shades, and then I pulled the Profusion. I probably need to color switch that brush too because I don't remember if I did it before I put it back in. But I've got like these greens here and then this like bluish green down here, and so I figured I would be using both of these palettes, and thankfully one of them has a mirror. I'm gonna color switch them. I like this little brush that came in the Profusion palette for like 10 bucks. It has a really nice brush, so I'm not gonna complain. Okay, so since my high school reunion back, and I'm gonna talk and play with makeup, so I'll zoom you guys in. Make sure I'm like level on this thing. So since my high school reunion last September, I've had a lot of like people reach out to me and ask me for like help for various like pagan type things. For those of you that have been on my channel for a while, I am pagan. I am not Christian. I have studied various Christian religions. I just do not participate in the religion. Yeah, Casey, you pay more attention to my views than I do. But I have noticed that past like 2 weeks, everything that I've uploaded has barely been viewed, so I just kind of backed off. I'm using the Starburst and Shine shade mixed to do this part. But so anyways, since my high school reunion, my 20th high school reunion, I've had a lot of people like reaching out and sending me messages wanting me to help them with supernatural issues that they have. And it's not that I'm not unaccustomed to doing those things. I've done quite a few of them, and I've helped a lot of people. So working with paranormal and ghosts and spirits and stuff like that is not unusual for me, which is one reason why I don't mess with a Ouija board ever. And I will not. I refused to work with a Ouija board. And there's a new makeup brand called Ouija that people keep tagging me in their PR search, and I will not support the brand because of the fact that they're using a very controversial religious type product to not only they named their brand Ouija. Keep hearing doors. But unless the owner is pagan or of that spiritual path, I don't think it's right for a brand to use religious materials for makeup packaging. I just don't. I think that it's a cash grab, and I don't think it's appropriate at all. And so unless the owner is pagan and comes out as pagan, which they have not, I will not support the brand. So I just touched over here. I've got like skincare on, so anything that gets on my face is probably going to grab. White fuzzy something in my hair. So I don't mess with the Ouija board. I will not mess with conjuring at all because I know some of the ramifications that can come from it. I've always been sensitive to spirits ever since I was a child. I used to wake up in the middle of the night and find like ghost animals in my bedroom protecting me while I sleep. So it's not like I haven't been around this stuff since I was a child. My dad's very sensitive to supernatural things as well. So he usually can tell when there's something afoot and usually tells me to get the hell back in the house. Especially if it's like twilight and there's something in the yard. It makes him feel uneasy. He'll be like, come on, get time. Oh, I just poked myself in the damn eye. He'll be like, time to come in the house. You need to get in. There's something in the yard I'm not happy with. And it makes sense to me, so I'm okay with that. But the thing is that some people don't understand how that stuff works, and they think like conjuring and Ouija boards and stuff like that is just a game. It's not. You let all kinds of stuff in and you don't know what it's going to be, whether it's going to be benevolent or something awful that you can't get rid of. And so I stay the hell away from it. I messed with a Ouija board when I was a kid. I am privy to some of the stuff that goes on with them, and I just know from personal experience how bad some of those things can be, and some of the things that you can let in that you don't intentionally mean to let in, but you do nonetheless, and then trying to get rid of that stuff is difficult. So a lot of the phone calls or text messages or messages on social media that I've had lately from people I went to school with are, hey, I think my friend is possessed, can you help? And it's like, okay, well, what's going on? And then they explain the situation, and I can either walk them through what they can do on their own, or I'll say, I can come take a look or whatever, and give you options from there. And sometimes they call me back, and sometimes they schedule for me to come out and work with them on the situation. And then when it comes time for me to physically go out to help, they're like, oh, it's okay, I moved, or I don't need your help anymore, or I'm just going to put up with it kind of thing. I guess it's because they're scared, and rightfully so. Some of those things can be very scary. So I don't blame them. But I mean, if they've still got an issue, then it needs to be taken care of. I mean, you can't just let something that's not supposed to be there run amok. You know what I mean? So lately I've had an influx of people like asking me for like help in such matters. I think I'm gonna go into that cosmic shade in here, this one here, and then I'm gonna figure out where I'm gonna put that green. This isn't like this shade. Oh, you can't even see it. This shade of pink, but it's pink. More like cranberry. But I find that people that mess with things that they don't understand end up with issues, and I don't mind going and helping once they've screwed up and got issues. But to like blow me off last minute is kind of like a waste of my time, and then I prepare and do everything that I need to do on my end to make sure that I'm safe to go help these people, and then just have them just kind of like literally ghost me. I don't know, it's just, I'm not trying to be punny here or anything, but I just find that it's odd. And if you call me for help, I hope that you really do need the help, and then, you know, I do all my prep work and grab everything that I need to be safe, just to go investigate what's going on, and then to have them be like, nope, I moved, or it's okay, I'll just put up with it. That kind of irritates the shit out of me. But sometimes if you move, you can bring things with you. Some things are tied to certain places and some things are not. So even if you do think that you've got some sort of like haunting or a spirit, no matter what it is, sometimes if you move, they can be either attached to something that you own, or they can be attached to a location. Sometimes they're attached to people. So knowing what you're dealing with can help you understand the situation better, which is why I go in first and I see what is going on before I even do any type of like action plan. Because some things you can get rid of rather easily. Sometimes it's just somebody needing recognition or needing a guiding hand to move on. Sometimes it's a little bit more sinister than that. But I've found that lately a lot of these people I went to high school with are like crawling out of the woodwork asking me for this, that, and the other relating to this kind of thing. And I'm going into this palette doesn't have a mirror. I'm gonna go into this shade here, Jade. I'm gonna pop that in the center. Might not look too pretty, but we'll see. But I asked my friend Amanda last night for some clarification, because she used to work for a gemstone store or a pagan store in Canada. And so I messaged her last night and was like, hey, can you double check some information with me just to make sure I'm accurate? This is what is going on. This is the situation. This is what I plan on doing. What are your thoughts and recommendations? And so she like backed me up on everything basically that I was already thinking. And it's nice to have somebody to like bounce ideas off of. And there's a couple of my friends that are like YouTubers that are pagan, like Shelly from Geek Out of Water. I can talk to her about some things and get advice on situations, or see how she's feeling about certain things. And then like Amanda, she's also a YouTuber. She helps me I can bounce ideas off of her and get feedback. So I appreciate that. And because this is looking more red than, it looks like I've done Christmas on my eyes, I'm gonna take this Love Story shade up here and try and put it over. We'll see how it works, but I'm gonna try and put it over and see if I can make this more, I want it more pink. Kind of working. I think maybe it's the orange that's throwing me off. my Antilles palette right here. Let's see what this says. Ooh, that's the pink I want. I'm gonna snag this pink. Oh yeah, that's the pink I needed. Holy hot pink, buddy. Now that green isn't looking so much like more like Christmas. And I forgot to put the green in the center on my lower lash line. This is like a typical halo eye. But anyway, so this is another person from school that called me, and supposedly the woman who's having issues, her daughter keeps seeing things in the house. And on the daughter's bedpost is one of those like locket necklaces that you can put the remains of a family member in it. And it's been there for a while, but all of a sudden she just started seeing a whole bunch of things. And this year has been kind of crazy for activity anyways, so it doesn't surprise me any that she's having issues with things, especially with all the, like 2 months in a row we had a full moon and a lunar eclipse at the same time, so there's been a whole lot of like different types of activity going on. So I just stabbed myself in the, what is it with me stabbing myself in the eye with a brush? I'm gonna be seeing sparkly stuff for the rest of the day, I swear. I'm having issues with my eyes lately, being irritated anyways due to allergies. I don't need to be poking myself in the eye. So that, I was told that information, and then I was also told that the mother has a box of like grandma's remains in the closet, and neither of these bodies had been prepared before cremation. So there was no service, no prayer, no rainbow bridge, no love and light, no nothing to send them on to the next step of their journey, to help them with the transition. And I find that very odd. There's usually, even with pagan families, there's a ceremony that you do to fill the person with the love and acceptance that they need, and the understanding that it was their time to go and that they can move on. And same with a funeral, you have some sort of religious ceremony, and you have religious people there to help you and help the people that have passed on, to understand that their spirit is released, that they can go, and that they don't need to like stick around, and the people don't need, you know, help or backup or whatever you want to call it. So I find it odd that not only was the woman in the locket never had a blessing or a ceremony or anything for her death, but grandma didn't either. So I find that is, for me, it's unusual, because as somebody who is an ordained minister, who has been through seminary, who has studied multiple religions, I understand more than most what it means to not only the family of the dead, but the dead themselves. Some people say that after you're dead and you cease brain activity, that things stop. I've been dead. I've come back. I was dead like for almost, well, it was like 3.5 minutes, but I was dead for too long, and they finally got my heart restarted. So I know what it's like for the dead, more than most. And there's theories on both ends of the spectrums, whether things stop or things continue and that you move on. Some people believe in resurrection, some people believe in multiple lives, some people do not, some people believe in heaven, some people believe in purgatory and hell, some people don't. So there's a lot of like conflicting information when it comes to our dead as to where people go and what happens to them and things like that. So that I think for me, having such a tie to spirits as a child and then dying at 27 and then coming back, I have a little bit more of a firmer grasp on those things, and that stuff doesn't scare me at all. I know some people are like petrified of it, and it doesn't bother me at all. So I find that when people reach out for help, I am hoping that they are genuine. Some people are not. Some people just think it's a joke or it's a game, or that they can play me, and they learn the hard way that they can't. There are some people that have tried to pull things on me that find out right quick and in a hurry what karma is. And I just sit back and watch. I wash my hands of the situation. I give it up and let the people that are higher up than me, that have more power than me, make their decisions, and I let them do their thing. I don't get in the situation. I just state how I feel about how I was treated, and then leave it up to the higher powers to make their decisions on what they feel is appropriate for what's going on. And I've always been that way. I know I've had a really rough life. I've had a lot of weird and strange things happen to me through my life, and I wouldn't wish a lot of my experiences on anybody, but I find that people that seek revenge and that they go out of their way to hurt others usually end up with the brunt of the karma. And I just kind of, I'm done with it. All right, what do I want to do? I don't know, this look is looking a little Christmassy still. I think to lighten up that orange, I'm gonna go into this tranquil shade here. And then I'm gonna see about putting some hot pink in my waterline and seeing if that helps any. I think I need to lighten that orange up. I think the orange is what was throwing me off. And I'm sure with a face mask on, it's not really gonna matter. My mask is already on the bike. My helmet's on the seat, so I'm already ready to go. But I don't know, there's always some part of me that worries that people are just yanking my chain, and then they find out the hard way. Yanking my chain doesn't usually work out too well for them. And I don't have to do retribution. I just sit back and watch. But I figured I would do a live stream since I didn't post a video today. I posted one yesterday. I had that edited like a week and a half ago. And if you guys want, when I get done playing with eyeshadow here, we'll take a walk out to the garden. I got all kinds of stuff growing. I'm proud of my garden. It's all happy and growing and stuff. Where'd you come from? A little black speck or something on the fender. And that helped a little bit. I wish I could lighten this pink up in here, but the other pink in the Antilles palette isn't light enough, so. See, this is why I shouldn't have gotten rid of my lip liner. I don't have a pink liner anymore, but this one. We'll try it. I mean, like a pastel pink, but. Yeah, Casey, that video was recorded like 2 weeks ago. It took me like a week to recover from that. Those tree roots were kicking my ass. It's kind of pink. wish I had my neon pink liner. I could have used that. Shit. Well, I've got 3 palettes open on the counter right now. You guys are so used to seeing me only use like one eyeshadow palette. Very rarely, if ever, do I use multiple palettes. I usually try and stick with one palette because I never know what products people have and what they do and don't have, and I don't want them to feel obligated to go out and buy something because they don't have it just because I showed it on a video. I think I'm gonna do some forehead highlight, which will probably end up in my helmet anyways. That part of my nose kind of shows, so. And do my neck too. Oh, mascara. I'm like, what am I forgetting? Alright, so I used one shade out of the Antilles palette. I used the pink up here, this green, and this color out of this one. Oh yeah, I used the Tranquil shade too, this one here, which is the Profusion Wanderlust. And then out of the Aurora palette from Alter Ego, I used Sunburst and Shine first, and then I did Soul to like deepen the crease. And then I used Cosmic on the inner and outer edge, but that Cosmic shade's a little bit dark. I wish it kind of pulled more like Nova, but Nova's a matte shade. So, loving my counter. Fly, annoying fly. But that is, I'll come closer to the camera here in just a second as I clean up. The makeup, and then this is a mask only makeup look, so I do have like lip gloss on right now, but I will wipe all of that off before I put my face mask on because I don't want to smear this inside. Go away, bug. My mask. And then go ahead and stop my iPad because I'm going to be taking you guys outside. It's fixing to get dark. Hi, Daddy. Did you let my dog in? I let him out the back door and I haven't seen him since.
He didn't come in through with me, so.
What do you think of the eyelet?
Eh.
It was kind of screaming Christmas because of that shade of green. So I
Christmas.
used, well, it looked like burgundy and green, and I was trying to match the colors of the shirt. Needless to say, it didn't work too good. I've been doing like decluttering and stuff, so a lot of this stuff is either needs to be listed on Depop for sale. I even cleaned out like 15 pairs of shoes, and I like love a lot of these like shoes, but I have nowhere to wear them anymore. Like some of these boots are like gorgeous. Like these are real leather. I don't have anywhere to wear them anymore, so I'm gonna get rid of them. And then I moved my fabric out here, and a lot of my jewelry is moved out here. baby. You want to come back in? Yeah? Well, I'm going to show the garden off. Okay, so the internet quit for a minute. Hopefully it's back. So here, I cannot see the screen right now. These are all like freshly planted seeds. There's a oh, looks like I got a seed over here somehow. That's a squash. And then I've got tomatoes going here, and I got corn and various beans and more squash and melons. And then the lettuce stuff that I had come up, the sun baked it, so I've got like a couple little sprigs left. Something ate the top off of this, but I've got some little pieces of like lettuce coming back up, and I've got some more. I've got this much of the garden done, and then now. But somehow or another, I have corn over here. I don't know how I got corn seeds there, and the ants seem to love. And Dad found one over here, and I know because that's definitely grass. That ain't corn. I don't know. It was somewhere over here. Maybe Dad moved it already. But yeah, so this is what I need to do, and then this is what I've got done. Really neat looking fern. Boop. Okay, I see my phone again. All right, I can see the phone again. Okay, so we've been working. Back live. Can you see me? Are we here? So hopefully this is still going. But this is where all of that stuff was. That is the base of the big oak tree. That big oak tree. So that's what's left of all the wood that was in the backyard. So we've been working. I don't know if I'll lose internet again. I'm trying to head back. But yeah, I've been super busy working on the yard. What? We'll go back in. And then there's like lumber and stuff in here. This stuff was wet. So Dad brought it in here and we turned the fans on to clean it up. I moved the jewelry bench over, but we got wood over here. So yeah, that is everything. Cheesy Pete, cat. Get your ass in the house. So I've been busy. I rearranged some things in my room and decluttered a bunch of things out of my closet. Got a lot of like boxes of things that I need to sell out of my room. I got a bunch of my fabric boxes out of my room, so I can get my sewing machine and everything set up out here. Slowly working on things, trying to move things around in my room to make my room more like maneuverable. Because right now it's just basically a room with a bed in it, because that's all that fits in my room is a bed. But a lot of stuff going on, but I figured I would come live and let you guys know what was going on. I have stuff I've filmed, I have stuff edited, I just haven't been posting it because nobody seems to want to watch it. So there's that. But I guess I should have showed you the ilex outside. Now that I'm back in the room. I got a light over my head, but anyways, I will see you guys later. Thank you for coming, Casey. Yeah. If you guys want me to go live more than like twice a month, let me know, because I don't mind doing these. Sometimes I get super busy and can't do like an actual like edited video, so I can go live on the days that I don't post those. Usually I don't get very many people that come anyways, but so I'm going to go cool off for a little bit until it's time for me to head out. And I will see you guys later. I might record some of the motorcycle trip, so we'll see how that goes. Because I gotta go to downtown to Barry's today. So I will be parking, I'm gonna be meeting them at the park and then following them over to where the house is, so. Wish me luck. So I will see you guys later. Bye.